Hello and welcome to this interview here with Patrick Smith from Pure Storage. Patrick, it's a pleasure to have you here again. You're just back from the Silicon Valley, I guess, from the sales kickoff with Pure Storage. And apparently you have very exciting news about the Flashblade EXA. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It's been a long couple of weeks in the US, but very excited to come back and launch Flashblade EXA.
Right. So we are also joined here by Ariane. So Ariane, great to have you here again with us. And we know that Pure has been co-engineering a platform with hyperscalers for some time now. I think we spoke about that not that long ago when I was visiting your premises in Prague. So can you tell us a bit what is Flashblade EXA? What is the architecture? Whether there are any specific components, also from the interconnect perspective?
Yeah, it's so it's been an interesting few weeks. You and the listeners may have seen last week that Meta published a blog talking about how they are using Pure technology, not just in their AI environment that we've been talking about for some time, but also in their broad hyperscale environment. So the much talked about top four hyperscaler using Pure technology is indeed Meta. And I think that blog goes into some really interesting detail about why they're using direct flash module technology in their environment, the benefits it brings in terms of performance, density, power efficiency, all of the things that we've been talking about for quite some time. So that's the top four hyperscaler announcement. What I think is really interesting over the last quite some time in terms of our dealings with both Meta and hyperscalers is how we've seen them build out their AI environments, the kind of changing demands that they're having on their AI environments in terms of moving very much to multimodal AI, where it's not just text, it's images, it's voice, it's video. It's putting a lot of different demands on the whole AI environment, whether it's training, inference, production. And what we were seeing is, even though we've had a significant amount of success with the Flashblade technology, and especially the Flashblade S500, in enterprise AI use cases, in some of the AI factories, some of the GPU as a service environments, we were seeing that this changing shape of AI and the different challenges meant that we had the potential to look at a different solution. And that's where Flashblade EXA comes in. It's really to address that next level of AI use cases, the true domain of the AI factories. We're seeing a lot of interest in GPU as a service, in sovereign cloud, in research, HPC environments that are pushing the boundaries of what we could deliver. And so EXA is really targeted to be the industry's highest performing storage platform. That's our design goal with it.
Okay, thank you for that. Next question for that would be, who can buy a Flashblade EXA environment? Is that more for the hyperscalers, the big cloud service providers, or is that for a much broader group of companies that would buy Flexa or Flashblade EXA? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a really good question, Ariane. Our view is that the Flashblade S family is the right fit for everything up to and including enterprise AI use cases. We've had tremendous success in that space, and we expect that to continue. The hyperscalers are operating at a different level of scale in terms of building out their own environments, and we've experienced that firsthand with Meta. What we see is that the people we expect to be buying Flashblade EXA are those GPU as a service providers, those sovereign cloud environments, the HPC environments, and we're defining them very much in terms of throughput and in terms of capacity. So throughput ranging from terabyte per second up to 50 terabytes per second, and operating in the range of hundreds of petabytes up into single-digit exabytes. So really in that sort of middle ground between enterprise and hyperscale.
Right. So I'm going to ask you another question to follow up on that, more on the technical side, but it's going to be a bit of a complex one. But so I'll try to articulate that. So we were reading your press release, and it says that you disaggregate and scale metadata and data independently. At the same time, you said that you provide near unlimited scale with off-the-shelf third-party data nodes, right? So what I would say here is that we've known Pure Storage to build their own hardware, their own designs, to have this very tight integration between software and hardware. So and you have these optimizations with flash direct modules. So is there any kind of validation about of these third-party nodes that you talk about to validate the performance and the consistency and so on?
Yeah, Max, I think that was a very multi-layered question. So I think there are a few different questions embedded in there. So I'll break it down a bit if that's okay. So firstly, you're absolutely right. Our view is that many of the storage platforms competing in this space are bogged down by either storage performance or metadata performance, or a combination of the two. And our view in completely disaggregating metadata from data was to be able to provide that easy ability to scale in multiple dimensions, not just in terms of overall performance, overall capacity, but in terms of being able to scale metadata performance and capacity independently from data performance and capacity. And so customers being able to really react to their changing workloads. And it's interesting, the metadata, we call it the metadata core, is built using Flashblade technology, modified to focus on metadata performance rather than one of our existing Flashblades where it's mixed between metadata and data. So this is heavily optimized towards just metadata performance. And that leverages all the capabilities of Flashblade. Flashblade was built as a phenomenal metadata engine. And so that plays very much to phenomenal strengths we have there. To your point on the data nodes, you're absolutely right. At GA, the data nodes will be industry standard servers. Pick your favorite hardware vendor for servers. We will define effectively a bill of materials that we recommend in terms of number of NVMe drives. And it's a bit weird for me there to be talking about industry standard NVMe drives, but number of NVMe drives, capacity and performance expectations of those drives, the NICs, and we're very much centered on NVIDIA's NICs and network technology for this. And we'll also mandate some packages on top of a standard Linux on those data nodes. So in the first release, very much leaving it up to our customers to build out the data nodes with their preferred vendor. What we do have is, as we roll forward probably to the end of this calendar year, we expect to bring out pure data nodes. So data nodes from us, and those will leverage our direct flash module technology. So everything that was included in the Meta announcement of last week, you'll see in those pure, or a lot of what's in that Meta announcement from last week, and you'll see in those pure data nodes in terms of performance, density, and power efficiency. So that's when we come to the party with our own data nodes. But yes, it is a little bit of a surprise for us to release non-DFM technology, but we were very eager to bring Flashblade EXA to market and not hold up waiting for those to come to market.
Thanks for that answer. A little bit of a surprise. It's probably a little bit of an understatement. Let's put it that way. So, looking at what you just told us, what is Pure's storage advantage compared to competing solutions in that space? So, is it fair to assess this and say that the use of commodity third-party nodes will make the solution more competitive price-wise or something else, because it doesn't have to always be around the price, right? What's your answer to that?
Yeah, so we've really taken a view, a design goal of, as I opened the call with, building the most powerful storage platform we possibly can for AI, and being able. It's I think it's a true testament of what we've been talking about for quite a few months now, the Pure platform, that we're able to cherry pick components from the Pure platform and build something completely new. And that's really what Flashblade EXA is. It uses core Flashblade technology to build out this fantastic metadata engine, or metadata core as we're referring to it, but then also use other technologies to build out the data nodes, and then when the time is right, insert Pure technology there as well, again leveraging the Pure platform. So I think it shows the flexibility of the platform and how we're able to adopt and modify and enhance it, not just at GA, but then over time to deliver a capability that's truly differentiated in this market.
Yeah, thank you for that answer. And I think it really builds smoothly into my next and last question for today, which is, you talked about the flexibility, the ability to cherry pick and so on. And my question is that, do you think that Flashblade EXA is kind of paving the way for the future of the other, let's say, Flashblade and FlashArray products? Or is that just a one-off? Or is that a secret question?
It's a really good question. And I think it's almost the other way around. The other products in the portfolio are feeding into Flashblade. Flashblade EXA is a result of the platform rather than what the platform will become. And we're always looking at how we can take components of the platform and use them in interesting and innovative ways. So the Meta announcement and use case is a perfect example of that. We're not selling them a flash array. We're not selling them a Flashblade. They're consuming direct flash modules. It's a clearly differentiated capability from the Pure platform that Meta are able to take advantage of, where we've worked incredibly closely with Meta on an engineering to engineering level to build that into their overall hyperscale environment. So I think within the last week, we've seen two completely different examples of how we're able to take the Pure platform and apply it to really completely different scenarios, but do that very effectively and pretty rapidly.
So, Patrick, thank you very much for this interview. Pure's future, it's has always been bright, but it's probably even a little bit brighter today. Really looking forward to what Flashblade EXA will bring, and hope to have another interview in a couple of weeks. Let's put it that way. Thank you.
Things are moving quickly, but maybe not that quickly, Ariane. Thanks very much. It's always great to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.